What's up, KFG gang? It's your boy Bill John 25, and tonight I'm gonna do my WWE Raw review and highlights. So you guys know, hit that like button, hit that red button. Let's get started. Monday Night Raw was a decent show. 4 weeks in a row was just the same show, but it was just decent because Monday Night Raw started off hot because of Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. That's all I gotta say. I really enjoyed that segment. But anyway, let me read about what happened on Monday Night Raw. Tonight's WWE opens up with the usual video package. We're live from the Angel of the Winds Arena in Irvine, Washington, as the pyro goes off. Tom Phillips welcomes us. He joins by Byron Saxton and the WWE Hall of Famer Jerry Lawler. They go over tonight's show and reveal that MVP versus Drew McIntyre has been added to the lineup. We go right to the ring, and out comes Randy Orton to mostly boos. Fans chant, "You suck," at enters the ring. Orton points to the big screen, and we see footage of his recent interactions with Matt Hardy and the WWE Hall of Famer Edge. We come back, and the "You suck" chant gets louder. Orton says he's supposed to face Matt in a no holds bar match tonight, but after what happened last week, he's sorry that he won't happen. Orton says Matt is in the bag right now, still trying to get medically cleared, but the match won't happen. Orton gets booed some more. Orton says the Hardys are known for climbing to the highest of heights, and crashing to the lowest of lows. But even so, the music interrupts, and out comes Matt wearing a neck brace. He called for the music to be cut. Matt doesn't want Orton to talk to him. He wants Orton to admit why he tried to end Edge's comeback. Matt Hardy says he can't relate this week, but he still wants to know why. You know what? He's wrong with Orton. Matt goes on about Orton wanting to take all of his passion away from him, but he can't because Matt's not ready for that. Matt came here to fight, but the WWE doctors won't clear him to compete in a match. Matt says he's a man of his word, and he's here and like Edge. He has grit and won't quit. Matt Hardy won't die. He says you can always knock he and Edge down, but they always get back up. Matt doesn't know what the future holds for him, but it won't be determined on Orton's terms. It will be determined on his own terms. Orton says Matt should have said goodbye last week while he could still leave the arena on his own 2 feet. Matt enters the ring now. Orton asks what could Matt really do to him. Orton goes on and says he respects Matt and Edge. He also loves Edge like a brother. Orton says he's truly sorry. He says this again and puts the mic down, and then exits the ring. Orton walks away, and his music starts up. Matt watches from the ring. Orton stops at the top of the stage and takes off his vest. Matt brings a steel chair into the ring as Orton turns around and slowly walks back to the ring. Orton slowly enters and Matt swings, but Orton sends the chair back at his face. Matt rolls around in pain as Orton stalks him. Matt gets up, but Orton drops him again with the RKO finish chant. One more time, but Orton delivers a chair shot over the back instead. Orton drops the chair into Matt's gut now. Orton takes the brace off Matt's neck and places a chair under his head. Orton grabs another chair and stands over Matt, ready to swing. Fans boo and yell at him. Orton looks around and stops. Referee at ringside plead with him. Orton dropped the chair and fans boo. Orton takes Matt's brace and tosses it again. Orton exits the ring but runs back around and pulls Matt Hardy out to the floor. Matt just falls down. Orton takes a part of the steel ring steps and places Matt's neck over the steps. Orton kneels down and has some words for Matt that we can hear. Orton grabs the chair again and smashes it over Matt's head, driving it into the steel steps. Orton backs away and leans against the barrel, taking in what he just did. Referee checks on Matt and order Orton to the back. Orton walks away as fans boo. Orton walks back over and stares at Matt. Orton comes back over one more time and tries to move Matt Hardy, but he's out. Orton with another big chair shot over the back of Matt's neck against the steps. Orton yells out that he's sorry. He walks off again as Raw goes to commercial. Now, after all that, the cameraman turns to the WWE Universe of a kid just emotional. The kid was just emotional that Matt Hardy got hurt. Like, he was just crying like this. And that was it. And then went to commercial. That's what happened. But anyway, back from the break, and the announcers play up the series of what just happened. They show shots of fans stunning and upset in the crowd. Eric Rowan versus Aleister Black. This match was boring. But anyway, we go to the ring for tonight's opening match as Eric Rowan makes his way out while Mike Rome does the introductions. Eric Rowan is carrying his mystery pet Cage again. Aleister Black is out next. Sorry about that, y'all. I had something in my eye, but anyway, let me continue. The bell rings and they go at it. Rowan strikes first. Black goes for a moonsault early on, but Eric Rowan levels him. Eric Rowan drops Black on the outside, yells at fans in the front row as we go back to commercial. The split screen shows Eric Rowan dominating during the break, stopping Black with a bear hug. Aleister Black finally drops Eric Rowan with a big kick to the head. They continue to throw big strikes after the break. Eric Rowan catches Black in a big power slam for a close 2 count in the middle of the ring. Eric Rowan keeps the offense going and sends Black to the corner for more strikes as the referee warns him. Eric Rowan takes Black back to the floor and rams him into the barrier. Eric Rowan launches Black into the barrier once again, back of the knee. First, Black lands on the floor on the back of his head. The referee counts as Eric Rowan looks to powerbomb Black into the ring post. Black counters and fights out, sending Eric Rowan to the post. Black breaks the count and runs to the second row for a big moonsault to Rowan, also hitting the cameraman in a bit. It appears. Black brings it back in and fights in from the apron with a boot. Black with strikes. Eric Rowan counters, but Black fights free. Black with a jumping knee strike to the face for a 2 count. Eric Rowan catches Black mask. Black blocks an Iron Claw with a back elbow. Big strikes continue. Eric Rowan levels Black with a big boot to the face. Eric Rowan with a powerbomb in the middle of the ring for another 2 count. Eric Rowan goes for the Iron Claw, but Aleister Black slides out and nails a Black mask. Eric Rowan goes down against the ropes. Rowan is dazed, but still moving. He goes down to one knee. Black with another Black mask to the face. Black covers for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Aleister Black. After the match, Black stands tall as his music hits, and we go to replay. Black celebrates as we come back. Still to come, Charlotte Flair is here to discuss her WrestleMania 36 title shot. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and out comes Charlotte Flair as the power goes off. Alright, Charlotte Flair makes Charlotte Flair takes the mic and shows us how she attacked WWE NXT Women's Champion Rhea Ripley after her win over Bianca Belair at NXT TakeOver Portland last night, which was a good show last night, by the way. Shout out to NXT TakeOver Portland last night. They did a good job. But anyway, let me continue. I just had to put that out there. Fans chant NXT as Flair asks if we want to know why they're re-chanting that. No. That's what she thought. Charlotte Flair says she went to TakeOver to see who was filling Ripley's head with the idea that she can go over to Raw and challenge the Queen. Flair got there, was impressed. Then she started to reminisce about everything NXT in her class that built the foundation for a third brand in the WWE. Flair goes on about how they didn't sacrifice to get NXT the respect it has now, and now Ripley has the audacity to come to Flair's show to hold up the title that she put on the map. Flair thinks Rhea Ripley is very good, but there's a saying, pride comes before the fall. She goes to humble Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 36. Flair says everyone is the next big thing until they're not. Flair does the woo as her music starts back up. The announcers hype Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 36 as Flair points up at the sign hanging high from the Raptors. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and the announcers hype the gauntlet match for the Tukimon Trophy at WWE Super Showdown. Triple threat for the triple threat for the WWE 24/7 title. R-Truth versus Mojo Rawley versus Riddick Moss. This match was just garbage. This match was just a waste of my time. I don't even care about the 24/7 title match. But anyway, we go to the ring in a triple threat. It's underway. R-Truth drops the WWE 24/7 champion Riddick Moss and Mojo Rawley, but Moss unloads onto the corner, taking Truth back down. Moss powers Truth into the mat, but Mojo breaks the pin up just in time. Tom says the traditional 24/7 title rules are suspended during this match. Mojo takes Moss to the floor and launches him into the burial. Mojo returns to the ring and grabs Truth, but Truth mounts offense with his signature moves. Truth does the John Cena turn and hits John Cena's 5-knuckle shuffle. Mojo Rawley blocks the attitude adjustment and drives Truth into the mat. Moss comes and drives Mojo out of nowhere and rolling him up for the pin to retain. The winner of the match, Riddick Moss, and still your 24/7 champion, Riddick Moss. I didn't really care about this match. This match was garbage. After the match, Moss goes right to the floor and grabs his title. He retreats through the crowd as Mojo looks on. Mojo goes after Truth, but it backfires, and Truth drops him with a kick. Still to come, MVP versus Drew McIntyre. Back from the break, and the announcers hype the Women's Elimination Champion with Shayna Baszler / Liv Morgan / Natalia / Ruby Wyatt / Sarah Logan and WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Asuka. The winner will challenge Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch at WrestleMania 36. Drew McIntyre versus MVP. This match was decent. We go back to the ring, and Rome introduced Drew McIntyre as a man who won the Royal Rumble. Will go on to challenge the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36. Drew takes the mic and gets the crowd hyped for WrestleMania. Drew McIntyre says Flair already pointed the sign tonight, so he's going to do one better. Drew calls on the fans to point with him, and everyone points at the sign. Drew says these days Suplex City is located in the Claymore country and come to WrestleMania. He demolished that you-know-what to the ground. Drew is interrupted by Paul Heyman, who comes down to Ram with the mic. Heyman works the mic and goes to introductions as his client, but Brock Lesnar isn't showing. Drew waits for a fight. Fans boo Heyman. Heyman goes on about Lesnar beating Ricochet at Super Showdown, then beating Drew McIntyre at WrestleMania 36. Drew remains confident and shuts Heyman down. Heyman still speaking from the stage. Finally introduced MVP, and now he comes. MVP says Heyman might not have an issue with Drew, but he does. MVP says he invited Drew to the VIP lounge last week as an old friend, threatening him with respect. Fans do the what treatment. MVP enters the ring and they talk continues. MVP says Drew hit him with a cheap shot last week, but he promised to whoop Drew this week, and it won't be a cheap shot. MVP calls for the bell and delivers a cheap shot to Drew anyways. MVP with a big Yakuza kick and in the corner. Drew is upset. The bell rings. And MVP immediately runs into a huge shot from Drew, who isn't thrilled. Drew tossed MVP into the corner and unloads with strikes. The referee tries to pull him off. Drew McIntyre runs into an elbow and comes back with the future shot DDT. I love that move. From out of nowhere for a pop. Drew leads the crowd in a 3-2-1 countdown. Then levels MVP with a big Claymore kick. Drew covers for the pin for the easy win. The winner of the match, Drew McIntyre. After the match, Drew stands tall as his music hits. Heyman is already nowhere to be seen. We go to replay. Drew poses in the corner and points up at the WrestleMania 36 banner. Tom showed us a video package on Becky Lynch had to fight off Asuka. We also see Shayna Baszler attacking and biting the man. Becky stealing the ambulance and then returning later in the night to call Shayna Baszler back out. We go back to the ring and out comes the Raw Women's Champion Becky Lynch with a brown paper bag. She hits the ropes and poses with the title as we go back to break. This segment was good between Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. I love this. This is the only thing I enjoy. But anyway, let me continue. Back from the break, and Becky Lynch is in the ring with the title as some fans chant her name. She talks about coming to the WWE for fame of fortune. She brings a bunch of paper money out of the bag and says this is her paying the fine for what she will do when she crosses paths with Shayna Baszler. Becky says this is a down payment on violence. She tells WWE to go ahead and take all the money because bad things will happen when she sees Baszler. Becky Lynch goes on with the trash talking until Baszler appears on a big screen. Baszler taunts Becky and talks about how she's going to win the Elimination Chamber. Win the Elimination Chamber match to earn the title shot from Becky. Baszler goes on and says she's going to tear the living you-know-what out of Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch says she will be watching Elimination Chamber closely and will be rooting for Baszler. Becky Lynch tosses the mic and makes her exit as the music hits, raising the title in the air. This is what I hate about this segment. I hate about Bobby Lashley and Lana. But let me read. But this segment between Becky Lynch and Shayna Baszler was good. This was very good. I had fun watching that segment. But let me move on. We see Lana and Bobby Lashley backstage like nobody cares, warming up with Zelina Vega and Angel Garza. Charlie Caruso approaches for comments. Lana takes credit for coming up with tonight's tag team match and says it's like a Monday night date as two of WWE hottest couple will go against two of WWE biggest losers. Zelina Vega corrects Lana and says she's not a couple with Garza. This is about business, about money. Garza flirts some with Vega and they walk off. Angel Garza and Bobby Lashley versus Rusev and Humberto Carrillo. See, the fans doesn't care about Humberto Carrillo. That's just my opinion. And it says we go to the ring and out comes Rusev. Back to commercial. We see Humberto Carrillo makes his entrance during the break, followed by Angel Garza with Zelina Vega. Back from the break and out comes Bobby Lashley with Lana. Terrible couple anyway. But anyway, we see recent happenings between Carrillo, Vega, and Garza and Rey Mysterio. Carrillo starts off with Lashley now. They lock up and Lashley overpowers into the corner. Carrillo goes under Lashley and kicks him. Carrillo gets rocked and caught in the midair. Carrillo fights out of a move with an elbow, but Lashley knocks him out of the air with a shoulder. Russo tries to get involved, but Lashley takes Carrillo in the corner and sends him down. Garza tags in and keeps Carrillo by his arm. Carrillo gets free, but Garza chops him. Carrillo ends up hitting a big crossbody out of the corner. Carrillo trade more shots with his cousin now. Russo tags in for the double team as Russo knocks Lashley off the apron. Carrillo sends his cousin across the ring. Carrillo counters again, but Garza follows up with a big drop kick. Garza snatches his fans off and tosses them at Rusev. Garza goes to the floor and lets a fan kiss him. This leads to Garza turning back around to a big suicide dive from Carrillo, we go back to commercial. Back from the break, and Garza kicks Carrillo in the back as Lana and Vega watches from the floor. Lashley tags in and keeps Carrillo grounded. Carrillo looks to turn it around, but Lashley swings and misses. Russo finally gets the tag. Russo unloads as Garza comes in. Russo also drops Lashley on the apron. Russo with a big overhead suplex to Garza and another. Rusev covers for a 2 count as Lashley breaks it up. Rusev unloads on Lashley in the corner now. Garza rolls Russo from behind. They tangle and Garza drops Russo with a super kick as Carrillo makes the save. Carrillo and Garza go at it now. Garza leaps out and takes Garza down on the floor. Bobby Lashley with a big spear to Garza on the floor. Lashley turns around to Rusev, leaving him on the floor. Fans pop and chant Rusev Day as Rusev brings Garza back in. Lashley interferes along Garza to kick Rusev. Garza climbs up, but Rusev sends him to the mat. Rusev with a flying headbutt for a close 2 count as Garza kicks out. Rusev stomps Garza and calls for the accolade. Rusev stomps on his back, but he avoids the submission. Rusev with a big kick. They tangle some more. Rusev knocks Lashley off the apron with a munchka kick. With the munchka kick. Garza takes advantage and rolls Rusev up with a handful of tights to get the win. The winner of the match, Angel Garza and Bobby Lashley. After the match, Angel Garza and Bobby Lashley stand tall. Rusev attacks Angel Garza from behind and sends him to the floor. Lashley and Lana pose on the stage as Rusev looks on from the ring. We see the Kabuki Warriors backstage walking. Back to commercial break. Alright. Natalia versus Kairi Sane. This match was so garbage. This match was terrible. Terrible. I don't care about the Kabuki Warriors here. They both are garbage as the women's tag team champions. They both garbage. And I know DJ Storms the TM161 is watching this video right now, and I know they both agree with me what I just said. Cause Kairi Sane, the Kabuki Warriors just got awful. But anyway, it says Natalia versus Kairi Sane. This match just got awful. But anyway, back from a break, and out comes first Natalia, the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions, the Kabuki Warriors, which I don't really care about, are out next. Kairi Sane with Asuka. They turn Natalia on the mic as she looks on from the ring, speaking in Japanese. You know what I'm saying? I don't really care about that. The bell rings and they go at it. Natalia takes Kairi Sane down first. Kairi Sane takes it to the corner and shows off some. Kairi Sane and from the apron goes to the top, but has to roll through. Kairi Sane shows off some more and turns Natalia. Kairi Sane dodges a discussed clothesline, but gets slapped in the mouth. Natalia goes on and hits a long suplex for a 2 count. Kairi Sane blocks a sharpshooting attempt and drops Natalia with a big fist while the referee is in the save. Kairi Sane keeps control for a 2 count. Kairi Sane keeps Natalia grounded now, raking at her face. More back and forth now. Kairi Sane looks to put Natalia away, but runs until the big discussed clothesline for a close 2 count. More back and forth now. Asuka tries to get involved from the floor. Natalia turns her attention to her, allowing Sane to kick her to the floor. Asuka drops Natalia while Kairi Sane has the referee distracted. Natalia never gets back up before the 10 count. The winner by a 10 count, Kairi Sane. This match was god awful. I ain't gonna lie. This match was god awful. I don't even care about this match. But anyway, Kairi Sane win by count out. After the bell, the Kabuki Warriors celebrate in the ring as we go to replay. Still to come, a sermon by Seth Rollins back to commercial. Back from the break and Raw Tag Team Champions, Murphy is in the ring with the Artists of Pain, Akam and Rezar. Their podium and the two stand with the stained glass photo of Messiah. Murphy takes the mic at the podium and introduces their leader, and out comes the Raw Tag Team Champion, Seth Rollins. For my opinion, this is just my opinion. Can the Artists of Pain turn on Seth Rollins, please? I would love to see Artists of Pain turn on Seth Rollins. That's just my opinion. Anyway, Rollins kissed the hands of some fans on the way to the ring. He gives thanks and thanks Murphy for the introduction. Murphy brings up the words sermons first and says power that be branded tonight's segment. That way he just wanted to come speak to the mass, but the word does fit because what he has to say is divine. The boo picks up. Rollins goes on and isn't saying much that's new. He takes the role of being the Messiah very seriously and prays towards of this movement will not be easy. Fans chant, "You suck." Now Rollins understands the pain brothers and sisters. He says praise to will not be, but it's for the greater good. Rollins says it's time to seek out the weak and laser than the non-complaint. They must find the flaw in the system to rehabilitate them if they can, and indicate them if they must. Rollins says Rollins says this is not a promise. It's not a threat. It's not a warning. This comes from his heart. Rollins goes on about people suffering the same fate if they remain and complain or stay in the way of the progress in the future. The music finally interrupts as the Viking Raiders runs out. Eric and LeVar rushes in the ring in a brawl with AOP, and Murphy and Rollins retreat up the ramp. Rollins orders Murphy back into the ring to fight. The Vikings takes out all three as Rollins watches from the stage, throwing a fit. Kevin Owens runs out and drops Rollins with a stunner for a big pop. Owens' music hits as he stands over Rollins, looking down at him. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and Charlie stops a frustration Seth Rollins and his crew. Seth Rollins says his crew are the only ones who give him the respect he deserves. Rollins says Owens and the Viking Raiders can have a fight if that's what they want against the Disciples later tonight. We go back to the ring, and out comes the OC, AJ Styles, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. AJ Styles takes the mic and says the Phenomenal One is back on Raw. AJ asks what's WrestleMania season will be without him. Gallows and Anderson points up a sign, and they all joke about it. Anderson says AJ Styles is the new Mr. WrestleMania. As far as they recounter, AJ says, being the humble man that he is, he can honestly say he is the greatest superstar on any roster of any era. AJ used the words "Who's next" line and says he doesn't care who it is. It could be the WWE Champion Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, The Undertaker, WWE Hall of Fame Shawn Michaels, The Royal, NWO, and other stars he names. AJ says he will prove his dominance at Super Showdown in the Gauntlet match, and when he does, the music interrupts as Ricochet makes his way out. They trade shots as AJ knocks Ricochet about how he will never win the WWE title. A challenge is issued and AJ accepts, but Anderson can let AJ first match back be against this guy. Anderson accepts the challenge for him. Carl Anderson versus Ricochet. But the funny thing is that Ricochet says he earned a title shot. Ricochet, you didn't even earn nothing. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. But I just have to laugh at that because Ricochet just said it on Monday Night Raw. But anyway, Carl Anderson versus Ricochet. This match was okay, but it was just okay to me. The bell rings and Carl Anderson goes at it with Ricochet. Ricochet drops him out of the ring early on. Ricochet runs the ropes and leaves out, taking Anderson back down. We go to commercial. Back from the break, and Anderson continues to dominate Ricochet with a roll up out of nowhere for a 2 count. Anderson goes right back to work and drops Ricochet on his head. The referee ejected AJ Styles to Luke Gallows from ringside during the break. Ricochet keeps kicking Anderson back as he charges. More back and forth now. Ricochet hits a springboard and a big kick, and then a standing shooting star press. But Anderson kicks out at 2. Ricochet drags Anderson over the corner and goes back to the top. Ricochet goes for the 630, but has to roll through. Anderson with a big boot and a big spine buster for a close 2 count in the middle of the ring. They trade shots again. Ricochet with a big super kick out of nowhere. Ricochet goes and drops Anderson on his neck for the pin to win. The winner of the match, Ricochet. After the match, Ricochet stands tall as the announcer hype his Super Showdown match against Lesnar, which Brock Lesnar is going to squash Ricochet at Super Showdown, and that's just for a fact, and that's a fact. But anyway, still to come, our sixth main event is now official. Back to commercial. Back from the break, we see what happened to Matt Hardy early tonight. Tom says Matt was rushed into a local medical facility, and they will have an update later. Charlie Caruso is backstage, which you know what, Charlie Caruso looks so beautiful when I watch Monday Night Raw. Charlie Caruso looks so beautiful. I love her voice, so that's all I gotta say. Charlie Caruso looks so beautiful, and I know TM and DJ Storms agrees with me in the comment section. Anyway, Charlie is backstage with Liv Morgan, asking about Ruby Riott taking credit for her growth in the recent attack. Liv says she was as excited as everyone to see Liv return 2 weeks ago. We see replays of Riott attacks on Liv as she goes on about it. Liv says not long ago that would be broken. But she's no longer that puppy on a leash. She found a home in her own skin, and she is going to eliminate Ruby Riott from the Elimination Chamber match, and then go on to WrestleMania for a title shot. Kevin Owens and the Viking Raiders versus Murphy in the Authors of Pain. This match was good. This match was good at what it is, but it's just the outcome of it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. The same thing we see last week. But anyway, we go back to the ring for tonight's six-man main event as Kevin Owens comes out first, and then the Viking Raiders are out next. Eric and LeVar. Out next are the Raw Tag Team Champions, Murphy and the Authors of Pain, Akam and Rezar. They hit the ring as we go back to commercial. Back from the break, and Owens unloads on Murphy to start the main event. LeVar tags in to take over. Murphy slides out of a hole, and LeVar levels him with a shoulder. Eric tags in to take over on Murphy. Eric levels Murphy and taunts the AOP. Owens tags in and chops Murphy while Eric holds him in the corner. Owens works Murphy over some more and taunts AOP with trash talking. Kevin Owens takes Murphy back to the corner and beats him up. LeVar comes back in to keep Murphy beat down. The Vikings with another tag in double team as Eric slams his partner on Murphy. Murphy finally gets a break and tags in Akam. Akam and Eric face off and then start brawling. Eric gets the upper hand and comes LeVar. LeVar sends Akam face first into Eric's knee for a pop. Akam ends up catching Eric with a big power slam and then pounding on him while he's down. The Authors of Pain with a big double team to Eric after Rezar comes in. Rezar grounds Eric and pounds on him. AOP takes turns on Eric in the corner now, beating him down again. Murphy tags back in and drops Eric and then kicks him in the head for a quick pin attempt. Murphy keeps Eric grounded in the middle of the ring. Now. Eric fights up and out, but they take him back to the corner and continue to beating. Rezar tags in and knocks LeVar off the apron. He swings for Owens but misses. Eric finally gets an opening and drops Rezar with a big knee to the face. Owens and Murphy tag in at the same time for a pop. Owens with clotheslines for his opponent. Murphy takes a huge clothesline in a senton. Owens runs into a kick in the corner from Murphy and a split screen for another commercial break. Back from the break, and Owens and AOP keeps Owens down in the middle of the ring. Akam tags in, clubs Owens for another 2 count. Murphy stumps away as Akam holds Owens in the corner. Fans boo Murphy. Owens fights out of the corner and nails 2 big super kicks, and they both go down. Murphy stops Owens from tagging. Rezar comes back in and pounds on Owens some more. Owens reaches for a tag, but Rezar needs him back into the corner. Rezar unloads with knee strikes and in comes Murphy off another tag. Owens finally gets an opening after dropping Murphy. LeBron and Rezar tags in at the same time. LeBron unloads and also drops a count. Murphy also gets level with a big LeBron kick. LeBron with a seated senton on Rezar, and then they cartwheel to drop A-Cam. A-Cam tags in and hits double knees on Rezar in the corner. LeBron rams Eric into Rezar in the corner. Owens tags in and hits a big top rope senton on Rezar, but he kicks out just in time. Rezar blocks a stunner and levels Owens with a clothesline. Murphy flies off to the top, but Owens moves. Owens catches Murphy Owens catches Murphy with the pop-up powerbomb. The Vikings sends AOP to the floor and nails a big double suicide dive. Owens drops Murphy with a stunner in the ring. Owens goes for the pin, but Seth Rollins runs down and hits Owens with the title belt for the disqualification. The winners by disqualification. Kevin Owens and the Viking Raiders. The winners by the disqualification. Kevin Owens and the Viking Raiders. Fans boo after the bell as Rollins pounds on Owens. The AOP takes out Eric and LeVar on the floor. Seth Rollins takes the mic and says he warned us this was what happened will happen if you stay in the way of progress in his vision. He turns and works over Owens as the another three hold him. Rollins says Owens has certified him since day one, and now it's time for them to certify Owens. The music hits, and now comes the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford. They take out Murphy at ringside in the AOP. They intimidate Rollins into retreating. AOP comes from behind and deads the Viking Raiders and the Street Profits. The Street Profits. Seth Rollins watches from the stage and chaos unfolds in the ring. The babyface take out AOP and Murphy in the ring as the fans cheer them on. Rollins throws a fit on the stage. Owens and the others celebrate as we go to replay. Rollins screams from the stage as Owens hits the corner to pose as Raw goes up the air. This show was a repeat 4 weeks in a row. But I gotta ask TM and DJ Storms a question. Why the Street Profits was involved in the frame? But anyway, Monday Night Raw started. The first hour of Monday Night Raw started off hot. I really enjoyed this because of Shayna Baszler and Becky Lynch. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of the show just went downhill. But anyway, if you guys enjoy my WWE Raw review and highlights, drop a like on this video, comment down below, share the video all over social media. My Twitter, my Instagram, my TikTok will be down below in the description. You guys have a blessed night, and I will talk to you guys later. KFG Gang, and I'm out of here.